Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So this morning, I'm going to be sharing with you all my immigration woes. So I had a job as a lawyer in Nigeria and I resigned my job to relocate to the United Kingdom. And in this series, I'm going to be telling you 100 things I wish I knew before relocating from Nigeria to the United Kingdom. So if you are just seeing me or meeting me for the first time, my name is Blessing Ame, and I am the co-founder and creative director here at aicameron.co.uk. So I was a lawyer. I was practicing law before I relocated to the United Kingdom. So this morning, I'm going to be talking about my faith. I'm going to be talking about motivation. I'm going to be talking about inspiration. I'm going to be talking about my Jackpot series from start to finish. So even before Jackpot became a thing, I left Nigeria in 2018 and I thought it was going to be a bed of roses. But as Adekunle Gold said in one of his songs, he said, I thought the grass is greener on the side. But when he took the ride, he found out that the grass is greener where you water the land. So guys, a disclaimer before we start. This is not to say in any way that I am not enjoying my life right now. But again, I'm here to share with you 100 things that I wish I knew before relocating to the United Kingdom. So stay glued. I'm just going to do some things around the house for like 60 seconds so I can stay here longer. So guys, please stay tuned, and I'm going to come back to speak about my relocation from Nigeria to Scotland, the journey so far. If I have regrets, yes, I have a lot of regrets. So guys, please stay tuned and I'll be back to speak to you. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly subscribe and come on this journey of faith, inspiration, and motivation with me. Thank you so much for joining me this morning. So hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube space. So this morning I said I'll be speaking to you all about my immigration diaries, how I came from Abuja, Nigeria to Aberdeen, United Kingdom. So I'm going to be sharing with you a lot of my experiences, good things, bad things, lessons, learning curves, and all. So again, thank you so much for joining me on my live. So on the 1st of August, I decided to come live every day for the whole of September because I am researching a strategy that I'm a YouTube hack that I am trying to publish to my blog audience. So I'm going to be coming live every day for 30 days. So for this week, I'll be having a party on Saturday and we'll be unveiling our new passive income company. I'll be having a couple of friends around. So for the whole of this week, it's going to be preparations for me. So I said I was going to be coming live every day just to carry out my experiment on how to amass your watch hours on YouTube. So guys, if you are not an expert with editing videos, if you are not an expert with search engine optimization, if you are not an expert with algorithm, you need to take your YouTube into your hands. You need to start doing something today and stop hoping that you might be lucky or it's going to pick up. So guys, before I even go into my Nigerian immigration diaries, let's talk about how I got 1,000 subscribers in 35 days. So the first thing I did is on the 1st of August 2024, I started posting consistently, and then I had just 11 subscribers on my YouTube channel. Out of these 11 subscribers, five or six were my own family. One was my partner, and I think one is my friend, Chidima. So again, that was how I started. And I started posting every day. It got to the point I started posting 2 times in a day. And after 1 week of posting consistently, I noticed one of my videos crossed 2,000 views, 3,000 views, and I was encouraged to do more. So my subscriber count grew from 11 to 500 in 10 days. Guys, this inspired me. And ever since then, I said, this monetization journey, even though YouTube has never been my thing, I've had this YouTube channel since 2018. I didn't even know I had it until yesterday. I was trying to check my watch hours and even look, what's my channel all about, and I noticed I've had this account since. So guys, I wish I knew the things I knew, or I wish I knew the things I know now. I would have grown my YouTube channel. So the first thing to do if you're trying to grow your YouTube channel, you need to be consistent. Number one, you need to be consistent in your creation. You need to be consistent in posting. You need to be consistent in marketing your post. Number two, if you have not created playlists for your content, I keep flogging this, but if you have not created your playlist, guys, you need to create a playlist as soon as you can. Playlist will take your watch hours faster than you can even imagine. So we said the first thing, you need to start posting consistently. So personally, I post at least 2 short videos every day, and I aim to post 1 long-form video in a week. So you see, I also started creating playlists from the moment I had just 10 to 15 content on my YouTube channel, and I began to promote my playlist. So most times when your playlist gets into the right hands, imagine a 1 hour long playlist and it falls into 10 hands. How many hours does that give you automatically? Number three, you need to start promoting across your social media platforms if you are not doing so already. So guys, you've been posting for 1 year you've just been posting and posting and posting, but nothing is really happening for you. In fact, I can see some people's pages, their videos are they're wonderful, they're unique, they're editing, their YouTube space, unlike my own humble space. But again, these people still come to YouTube every day. They show up like they mean it. So you can also do the same. For instance, I don't do YouTube in full time. I blog, I run my other businesses, but I said I want to be monetized. And hence why I'm putting in the work all the time. So again, this place is an inspiration and motivation hub. So I'm going to motivate and motivate and motivate you guys as much as I can. So again, I'm going to take another quick break. Then I will come back so we can start speaking about my immigration journey, how I left Nigeria and came to Scotland, the things that happened to me. I'll be sharing with you today if I have regrets or not. What job was I doing before I left Nigeria? You might have some questions for me. How am I feeling now? I'm going to answer all those questions today. So guys, this live is unscripted. So feel free to fast forward or, take back to wherever you want, because I'll be going in and out of this room. So for now, I'm going to take a quick break and I'll be back so we can start our Japa stories properly. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Blessing Ame. So if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So I'll come back and we'll start talking about my immigration series. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. So this morning I'm here to speak to you about my immigration journey from Nigeria to Scotland. So from 2018 to 2024. First and foremost, God has been faithful. So this morning I'm here to tell you about my regrets, my lessons, and my stories. I hope it motivates you today or inspires you today. So coming to Aberdeen in January 2018, as a master's student, I was pursuing a master's degree in law, which I completed successfully. So I'm going to start from the challenges I faced from Nigeria before coming to the United Kingdom. First things first, after I secured my admission, sometime around September 2018, I was so excited and I was getting ready. I was telling everyone that I've secured admission in Scotland. I'll be moving to Scotland soon. And I remember my closest friend then, he helped me, he was there for me, and he stood by me. And I think that my closest friend and my immediate family were the only people that made promises and kept those promises. So number one, if you know you're going to UK, US, Canada, Australia to study, and people promise you money and scholarships, number one, don't believe them. I'm not saying everyone is a liar, but I trusted and hoped in some people, and I came to Aberdeen. I didn't get anything from them. But as God will have it, my first month coming into Aberdeen, I remember a gentleman texting me from Finland. I don't know him. I still not see him up to today. And we became friends on Instagram within just a few weeks of me getting here. And I remember this guy. You see, I can't even remember his name, but I saved his name on my phone as unknown Finland. So this Finland man became a very close friend. He was always on the phone. He was trying, and he used to send me 30 euros, 40 euros, sometimes even 100 euros. And of course, my immediate family, which is just a middle class family in Nigeria, you can imagine them then trying to send me maybe 100,000 naira. 100,000 naira then, you can imagine how many pounds it was. So again, it was just my immediate family, my closest friend, and somebody from Finland that were helping for the first few months. So now my first challenge, I thought because I was a lawyer in Nigeria, when I get to the United Kingdom, I'm going to get a job in a very, very big and nice law firm. To my greatest surprise, when I first came here, in fact, there were no vacancies for those kind of jobs online. And all I was seeing was care, hotel, this and that. And I applied for so many of those other kind of jobs, and I got so many rejections. Then finally, I applied for community care, which was the beginning of my problem. Again, a big learning curve, which I am grateful for. But I'm going to tell you about, if you have not been to the UK and you're trying to start a care job, if you hear community care, you need to set your terms clear with the company or run away from it. So guys, I started community care with one company. And because I was a newbie, I was new in the UK, they were sending me to areas that I did not know. In fact, some of the houses was like 1 hour trekking in between. Since I was born, I think the trekking that I trekked in my first month of arriving Aberdeen is much more than all the trek or walks that I have walked while I was home in Nigeria. I walked to the point that I was taking 15,000 steps every day. This is still not the genesis of my problem. When I came to Aberdeen, I was very, very, very broke. So the phone I came with was not doing so well. So for every time I was out in my community care, my phone was always going off. So whenever the weather became too cold, my phone would go off. So I didn't know my way around. A lot of times I turned up at clients' houses very, very late. Why? Because most times I miss my way. I don't even know where I'm going to. Nobody would even really give you directions. Then at some point, I was so timid, I couldn't really ask anyone for direction. So I started this care job and I started doing it diligently. Few weeks into the care job, I started having like swollen ankles, and that became a serious challenge for me. And I was just doing this care job for just 2-3 days a week, part-time as a student. But it was demanding, but in this care job, I got to meet a lot of old people. That's not what we're here to discuss, but I'm just going with the flow as the spirit leads. So I met a lot of old people that I looked after, and they made me start thinking so much about life. So I'm going to be like this someday. What is going to be my future? Anyways, we are not here to speak about the old people I looked after. in Aberdeen. We're here to speak about the things I wish I knew before I left Nigeria. I was working in one of the best law firms in Abuja. I was in JS Okutepa, SAN & Co. And I left my job and I came here thinking that when I come here, it's just going to be green grasses. Again, the grass is not greener on the other side. So if you're planning on immigrating from Nigeria to any other country, you need to plan. Start planning now if you have not started planning. Don't rely on people's promises. So number one, there are so many schools in Europe that offer tuition-free PhD to Nigerians. I didn't know. If I knew what I know now, I would have not even come to Aberdeen. I would have gone to Finland or Sweden or somewhere, but I didn't know. So guys, if you don't have a rich family, if you know you don't have a lot of money in your savings and people are making you promises for scholarships, please don't listen to them. Now, number 3, when I got to Aberdeen, the kind of communal lifestyle we have in Nigeria is totally absent here. So you can't really see neighbors standing outside chatting. You can't really see neighbors visiting each other. You can't really see brothers and sisters visiting each other unannounced. You know how in Nigeria, you just wake up and walk into somebody's house and knock and, oh, I'm just here to say hi. Here, you can't do that. So now, this was another challenge. So it's like a total change and a total mindset shift. So from communal living to mind your business. It was not so bad the first few months we got because I was staying in a student accommodation and I happened to, I made friends with a few of my neighbors and my classmates. So it was not too bad. But after a few months of moving out of the student accommodation, life started to deal with me. Number one, Nigerian men showed me something. In fact, I don't want to go into that because they'll say I'm defaming their character. But let me tell you, Nigerian men, they showed me pepper. Again, one thing that I wish that I knew before I came to this United Kingdom, all that glitters is not gold. A man can profess love to you like a billion times, but they don't mean it. So again, I'm not here to speak about love. But number one, I came to Aberdeen with the promises of people. I thought they were going to give me scholarships. So I came here, I was working 20 hours. I was falling behind my tuition fee payments. I couldn't pay. The university was always sending me mails. You need to pay up. You need to pay up every month. I kept trusting in God. I kept working. I kept asking for help. And I managed to finish my dissertation. And I started my PhD. Again, I got a lot of promises for PhD scholarship. In fact, some people said, we love what you're writing about. Oh, you're writing about domestic abuse. We're going to help you. And again, I was foolish and I believed them for the second time. And I put all my eggs in one basket. Guys, time for PhD. I went back to Nigeria to renew my visa. And every single person that promised they were going to help, I started to call them. No one picked up their phones. In fact, when I got to Nigeria to renew my visa, I was so broke that I was stuck in Abuja. After I went for my visa application, I remember my dad. He sent me 200,000 because I didn't have enough money. Imagine you came from abroad, but your dad is sending you 200,000. I felt so bad. I felt so down, but I didn't even let it show. Again, I packed myself together and I came to Aberdeen to begin my PhD. First year of my PhD was so beautiful, it was amazing. It was like a walkover. Then second year, life happened to me. I started dealing with my own mental health issues and so many other issues that I can't even speak about here now because some people would sue me and say I'm trying to tarnish their images. Anyways, I went through so much problems, but let's forget about that. I want to bring us back to the year 2022. I fell down the stairs in this house from the top floor to the ground. I hurt my coccyx and I was bedridden for months. So the implication of this was I couldn't go to school. I couldn't interact with my studies. Now, when I fell down the stairs, I became so fat. I hated myself. I didn't want anyone to see me. I started hiding from people, but nobody knew what was really going on. And I couldn't tell people. Then I got pregnant with my son, Arthur. And I had him when he was in just 6 months, and he died at 68 days. Guys, I lost my son last year. Up till now, as I'm speaking to you guys, I might be smiling, but I still can't believe what happened. Anyways, this is one of the things that happened to me. I lost my son last year. And after I lost my son, you would think that a woman that is grieving would get support. The only support I got is from my partner and his mom and his family. Guys, if you are living in Nigeria, you will be so grateful for that community, that togetherness. Because I had my baby in this hospital. My mom is not there. She cannot do a mugo. I remember when my own sisters had their babies, my mom would go to help them look after the babies while they rest and slept at night. I would also go to support my mom, so my mom doesn't do it too much. So that's about 3 or 4 of us looking after babies in Nigeria. But did you know, in this United Kingdom, I was in the hospital with my son for 68 days in neonatal. And this is the most lonely I have ever felt in my entire life. My partner is so supportive. He's always there. But you know, it cannot even be enough. Like having maybe a woman that is slightly older than yourself. So that's our Ninja culture of togetherness, community, love, and helping each other. Guys, don't underestimate it. We talk down on our country, we look down on our country. But I think if we take bad government from our country, I think we'll be fine. So again, as I was saying, I lost my son Arthur, but that did not shake my faith. And I said, okay, before I knew what was going on, guys, I lost my visa as well. I've not even gone there. So I lost my son. I lost my visa. I lost my sanity. I was always in the mental hospital, the Royal Cornhill, Aberdeen. They even knew me. In fact, A and E were always there. But today, I am not like that. I am not where I used to be. I am in a different place. So before you leave, let me quickly say this testimony. As at last year, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a visa. I had lost my sanity. I couldn't even speak to people. But today I'm standing here speaking to you. Now I have gotten another visa, even a better visa. God has blessed me and I got a family visa. And I return all the praises to him. Number 2, I told you that I lost my sanity a few months ago. But now I am so happy that I'm even coming on live, speaking to people. I couldn't do this few months ago. And when I came out of my darkness, when I came out of my darkest hour, I said I was going to be going online to preach the gospel of God. I know when somebody sees somebody like me, that's not what you'll be expecting, preaching the gospel of God. But again, I want to tell you this morning that God loves you, especially if you have a relationship with him. Go back and tender your request to God, your Father, in prayers. We're not here to preach, but I would like to put God in air. At every opportunity I get, I'll slip God into this story, because my story is not complete without God, my Father. So guys, thank you for joining me this morning. I'm going to take another quick break and I'm going to come back. Let's continue on my Japa series. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please and please subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions on immigration, on student visas, if you have any questions on family visas or Tier 4 student visas or healthcare visas, kindly leave your comments in the comment sections. I'm going to respond to them all. Thank you so much again for joining me. So I'm going to go for a quick break and I'll be back. So I'm going to turn my mic off so that